Good afternoon, guys. My name is Matt Brown, and today I want to talk to you about some of the effects that may occur if we legalize marijuana. Here in Texas, it's still illegal to grow, to sell any type of marijuana. Obviously, in Colorado and some of the surrounding states, they've legalized the use of marijuana. And so I believe, unfortunately, it's only a matter of time before we legalize it here in Texas. The drugabuse.gov stated that marijuana is the most commonly used illicit drug in the United States. Its use is widespread among young people, and in 2015, more than 11 million young adults ages 18 to 25 used marijuana in the past year. And that was in 2015, so I can only imagine that that number has grown significantly, especially with the legalization of marijuana. Some of the things that we've seen in Texas is people going to Colorado or going to these other surrounding states and buying marijuana and coming back to Texas, and they're confused whenever they're getting arrested or ticketed because they don't feel they think they bought it legally, so they don't feel that it's right for them to go to jail or get arrested. But unfortunately for them, it is still illegal to possess in Texas, and so we have to follow the laws. A lot of what we hear is from people is that marijuana is relatively safe and it doesn't have any side effects, and that it has a bunch of medical things that can, or a bunch of medical benefits. And so, again, drugabuse.gov, marijuana overactivates parts of the brain that contains the highest number of these receptors. This causes a high that people feel. Other effects include altered senses, for example, seeing brighter colors, altered sense of time, changes in mood, impaired body movements, difficulty with thinking and problem solving, impaired memory, hallucinations when taken in high doses, delusions when taken in high doses, and psychosis risk is the highest with regular use of high potency marijuana. So what we see here is there are, in fact, side effects. One of my friends in Colorado stated that they've seen a larger number in driving while intoxicated cases in regards to marijuana. So that goes back to the impaired memory or the difficulty thinking and problem solving. If you're driving your car and somebody wrecks in front of you, you're going to have a hard time with that problem solving, and it's going to make it to where you can't react as fast, and you're more likely to get involved in a wreck. Also along those same lines, U.S. News had an article written by David G. Evans, who's a special advisor for Drug Free America Foundation. Mr. Evans stated employees who test positive for marijuana had 55% more industrial accidents and 85% more injuries, and that they had 75% higher rates than those who tested negative. This damages the economy. Obviously, if people are testing positive for marijuana and they're going to work in industrial atmospheres and they're causing injuries, then not only is that bad for our economy because stuff's not getting out as fast as it needs to, but also it raises the prices because the businesses are having to pay for these people to go get medical treatment. One of the big debates and one of the big arguments that I've heard as regard to the legalization of marijuana is the argument that we can we can tax and regulate marijuana and derive income from it, which is false. The increased use will also increase the multitude of costs that come with marijuana use. The costs from health and mental wellness problems, accidents, and damages to our economy productively will far outweigh the tax obtained. Again, that was written in the U.S. News article by David G. Evans, the Special Advisor for Drug Free America Foundation. So he believes in what he's done in his research. He sees that we'll have mental health problems more for the use of marijuana, and medical problems, whether it be from accidents or overdoses or what have you, that far outweigh the amount of money that we'll get back in taxes from this. Another study that I saw was from New Zealand, conducted in part by researchers at Duke University, that showed people who start smoking marijuana heavily in their teens and had an ongoing marijuana use disorder. That means they've continued to use it over and over again, and it's not just here and there, it's all the time thing. Lost an average of 8 IQ points between ages 13 and 38. So by smoking marijuana, you're starting to kill your IQ. And I thought this was interesting. I was like, how does this affect it? How does your brain lose brain cells, and how does your brain lose things? And so mentalhealthdaily.com stated that although the brain development is subject to significant individual variations, most experts suggest that the brain is fully developed at age 25. So until you're 25, your brain's still developing for the most part. And if we're putting chemicals in our body or plants in our body that is harmful to our brain cells, then it's going to make it to where you start to lose IQ points. So in closing, I just want to thank you all for listening. I know this is an opinion that's not necessarily popular. The more and more I look into it, the more and more people I start to see that they're all for marijuana and all for the legalization of it. And I just hope that you've been able to listen and take in some information and help you possibly reconsider the way you feel about legalization of marijuana. So I hope you all have a great day. Thank you.